Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we are going to discuss how I have created a full stack web application using Node.js, style using CSS, and EJS. Now let's get into the code. Here, the packages I have used in order to build my web application are Express, Body Parser, Request, and Password Hash. Basically, coming to the Express, it acts as a middleware from client between the client and the server. And body parser is used to parse the whole data that is fetched from the API. The request package is used to manage the API calls and get the data to us. And finally, the password hash package is used in order to hash the passwords that we can store in the database for security reasons. And these are the two lines of code that we have to include in our code in order to uh, link the firestore account. And this key.json is the firestore file that each account has uniquely. And I have initialized getFirestore to a constant called db. And these are all the basic syntax that we have to use for using body parser and EJS view engine. As we are using EJS, we should definitely include view engine and put the EJS files in a separate folder called views folder. And this is how my code went. After opening our first home page, if we click the register or any sign up button or any other button present in that home page, we would be redirected to that. For that, we have used routes and using post and get methods. I have fetched the data from other EJS files. And coming to the register functionality, once I have rendered register.ejs, if the user is entering only the unique email or unique name that is not present in the database till then only the entered name, email ID, and password will be entered into the database. If not, if the email ID or username or any other thing is already present in the database, we would be displayed with this method, with this message. And this db.collection is used in order to name our collection, and my collection name is new users. And for adding name, email, and password into the database, I have used .add method. This is about register page. And coming to the login route, as I have already told that I have used password hash package, we can easily check that whether the password entered by the user and the password that is already present in the database is same or not just by using this verify method. As I've initialized this password hash to the npm password hash package, we could be able to access this verify method, which can be used to fetch the correct password. And coming to the logic, this is some variable which I have assigned false initially. But if the password hash and hashed password and the password entered by the user is matched, it returns a Boolean value. And if that is true, I'm going to render the next EJS file. If not, the error message would be displayed. Coming to the next page, coming to the next route, this is where our API gets into play. I have used API from API Ninjas, and basically my idea is about to create a nutrition checker which can be helpful in fetching the nutrients, in fetching the amounts of nutrients that is present in the food item the user provides. This is my API, and this is how my API syntax is. And everyone has some unique API key, which I have already told in earlier videos. And using the request package, I have fetched the API, and these are all my logic for printing the errors, if any, or handling the errors. If there are no errors in the code, I am using a data one named array in order to push the data into the EJS file and show it to the client. And if the item is not found in the API that is present, we would be displayed with this message. And my whole code is listening to the port number 3000, and it can be anything. Yeah, it can be 3000 or it can be anything. And this is how my server.js works. And coming to the EJS, this is my first home page, which you will be displayed once you open my port. And if we click on register, we will be navigated to this, where you can enter your credentials in order to register in our web app. And this is the login page. Once your provided email ID and password matches the email ID and password in the database, the system will be navigated to this login.ejs page. After the login is successful, we would be displayed with some search where we can enter a food item in order to search the nutrition amount. Finally, if we search, then we will be displayed with the dashboard EJS. And as I've already explained everything, now let's just run the code and see how it works. My code runs on port 3000, and this is how my nutrition checker is designed to be. Once if I want to register, I can register here, like it can be anything. But once if you enter an email ID or username that is already present in the database, you will be displayed with some error. But for now, this is a new name and new email, so there will be no issues of that sort. And as I've mentioned, you are navigated to login page, and this is my search page. Here we have to enter a product. Let's say oats. Once it is search, you'll be displayed with the nutrition amounts of oats. According to the data present in our API, I mean, in the API that I have chosen, the nutrition amounts, nutrition values present in the API can be embedded in this EJS file. And in order for you to know how password hash works, as this is my collection and this is my document I have used, see, originally this is not my password, but this password hash package helped me to change the password into some hashed value so that if ever the database gets hacked, the password cannot be stolen and the user's data is safe. And coming to the sign up page, once if I uh, log in with the same credentials, I mean like once if I sign in with the same credentials, we would be displayed with this one. So yeah, this is how my code works. And I hope you all understood the video, understood the concept that is present over here. And I will provide the GitHub repository link in the description. Thank you for watching.